It's kind of nice out here. I don't really live here, y'all. In case y'all be hating, I don't really live here, but I wish I did. But I'm cooking here, so I may never leave. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Roy Choi, and I'm here with the Ooni Koda 2 Max. And today's challenge is I'm gonna try to cook steak and make steak tacos, cook tortillas, everything, the whole 9 yards in this oven. Let's do it. So the first thing we're gonna do is get the steak going. Season them up. So normally on a steak like this, I would cook a thick ribeye cut like this. But for tacos, usually we'll cook these skirt steaks or hanger steaks. It's just better for tacos because it has a lot more flavor and chew and texture, and it absorbs the marinade on the meat better. I wanted in this recipe to show that you could also just take a normal steak, cut it up, cook it, cut it up, and then make that taco meat as well. So this thing has been heating up. I'm gonna oil the steaks first. Ooh, look at that. Boom. Start with the ribeye. Put this right back in the oven. It's all about turning on all your senses with cooking. So I know something's going right because I can hear the sizzling, I can smell and I can see the smoke, and I can smell the caramelization. I can feel the heat, and I can see the intensity of the smoke changing on the meat. And then the sound also hasn't dissipated, so I know we're doing pretty good here. I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit. I'm really excited actually at the pace that this is taking. Because if it was going too fast, then the steak is gonna overcook and you're not gonna be able to really let the flavors mature as you're cooking it. Even though it's cooking at this high heat, but it's taking, because it's ambient and it's like surrounding it, it's taking this long, I know we're gonna get a really delicious result. The oven's warmed up, I'm warmed up, the steak's warmed up, you're warmed up, you know what I'm saying? So if it does end up being 4 or 5 minutes on each side, then all of a sudden you're mimicking the same thing as a grill. And then you can just have this as your one-stop shop for everything. Because look at that. Color looks great. Test the temperature. So that's reading 100 right now. So we'll probably want to go about 20 more degrees. Wow, this is cool. This meat probe. This actually makes me want to use a meat thermometer. Like us chefs, we don't really use meat thermometers too much. But this being attached to it and like right there and like kind of makes me use it. Okay, that read 115 on the edge. I think we're almost there. Took the exact same time as it would for a regular grill steak. I am impressed. Wow, look at that. That is crazy, look at that. And while this thing is still hot, I'm just gonna go directly with the skirt steak. And they have these great resting pads here. So you can go directly from oven right to the table, transfer, go right back to oven, so you can cook multiple things, which is really exciting. This is my style of cooking, man. It's just like using one thing, using it over and over. And the same with this, like when you got all the juices and flavor in the pan, you throw the other thing in there. We're gonna throw our vegetables right in that as well. And then you get all of the flavors just compounding and piggybacking each other. I'm gonna start to get this hot. This is the pan that I'm gonna use for the kimchi. And then once this skirt steak comes off, I am going to add some corn and green onions. That should be fun. You having fun yet? Good, I am. Oh yeah. This is the best view in the house. Sitting behind home plate. You know how they have those fireplace things on TVs? Like that would be my fireplace. These should be almost done. Let's check the temp. Oh yeah. Yeah, these are ready. Woo! So in that same fat, I'm gonna add the chilies, add some scallions, and some corn. Gonna go right back in. While that's cooking, good looking, and do the kimchi. We got this hot pan going again. Put a ton of butter. Look at that. I'm gonna save some raw kimchi here. I didn't realize this was Ooni too. Everything I'm using is Ooni. And it's doing everything I need it to do. Boom. Ah, looking good. Everything about this oven, like, it makes you feel natural in your cooking movements. It allows me to get into a rhythm as a cook. See how this bad boy is doing? Look at that. You can already see the change in the kimchi. He's getting a darker red. Starting to get a caramelization there. Beautiful. Turning into a jam. Add some scallions to it. I'm taking the vegetables off. See? Look at that. I mean, just look at the effects of how the food reacts to it. It's beautiful. A little bit for the corn. Kimchi's almost ready. I need a bigger table, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, look at that. That should be the new headshot for the Ooni oven right there. Corn's popping. So we have our vegetables here. Move those over. And move the steak that was resting back onto there just to get warm. So since this is a skirt steak, it has the grain that goes this way, and look at that, like a perfect medium. Look at that, perfect medium as well over here. And again, we're kind of like testing as we're going, like we're exploring, like, can this do the same as what another piece of equipment that you may have in your home that isn't this oven? And then you start to ask yourself, why don't I have this oven? The greatest thing that I've noticed now cooking on this thing, it truly consolidates everything together. Instead of having a grill, a griddle, a plancha, a saute, an oven, I can do everything in this one oven, in this exploration and relationship with this oven. I'm in a relationship with this oven now. I didn't realize that. This is my first time I'm admitting it. Transition into the tortillas real quick and then build you the tacos. Nothing you would never know I didn't cook this on the grill or in a pan. What we're discovering is that there's a consolidated way to cook your food, and it is this oven, in my opinion. All right, let's cook some tortillas. It's the most important part of a taco. We're gonna make some fresh tortillas here. Yeah, we're using this bag that either the masa comes in or your vegetable bags, because it's the best contact surface for when you're pressing tortillas, and we use it on the streets as well. So, and then we have our masa right here. You can either buy fresh masa, make it yourself, or buy a masa mix and just add water. Just like the crust of a wood-fired pizza, you want the tortilla always to bubble like that. But you're also getting the effect from the circulating heat of the oven. And that's really big. It's really helping the tortilla. It's actually giving the tortilla a kind of a different rise, which is really beautiful. It's almost, again, giving it like a pizza dough rise almost. Ah! Look at that. Who needs pizza when you got masa? So once you can cook tortillas in an oven, you can move beyond pizzas now. Look at that. So I'm really happy with these tortillas. Look at this. Look at the color on that. Look at the puff and the char. That's so good. It's like by cooking it in an oven, it almost changes the texture of it, and it makes it almost into like a dough, like a chewy dough. That's so good. This is just lettuce, that caramelized kimchi, which is just chopped kimchi and butter, and some scallions. We added some thinly sliced onions, some lime juice, a little pinch of salt. That's really it. Let's heat up our meat. Beautiful steaks that we cooked earlier. We'll go right back in. Yeah, what's great is I'm throwing this right back in, but there's so much room. I'm still cooking tortillas on the right side. I threw a whole nother pan in on the left side. There's still room up there in the right corner. Like if you really needed to make a margarita pizza, you could do it, you know. So I'm hearing the meat start to sizzle again. This oven acts almost like a broiler as well, where I can just reheat the things that I had been working on earlier. So we're done. We're gonna take some of the tortillas that we made earlier. Generous amount of meat. So these are the 2 ribeyes. Do a skirt steak one here. We have our magic sauce here. Some salsa verde. A little bit of pickled red onion for color. We'll put that right on top, so it's kind of like a salad right on top. Some of that kimchi from earlier. Some of those vegetables that we cooked earlier. If you were with me right now in my backyard, this is what I would be serving you. You know, this is a beautiful plate of tacos cooked out of one oven. You know, it did everything, man. You know, and I hope you enjoyed it, because I really did. So let's take a bite. That was really good. I really tried to show you all the different procedures and layers of building a taco. A taco is simple food, but it's not. Simple food doesn't mean that it's simple technique. And we try to show you every different procedure and all the layers that go into a taco, and all the complicated steps that it takes to cook and the nuances. But then when it comes together, it comes into one bite. So it's kind of like one bite equals one oven. That's what we did today. Thank you all. Thank you for bearing the heat out here and hanging out.
Incredible. And so much flavor.
Thank you all so much, man. I just can't believe I did everything in that oven. Thank you, Ooni. We're in a relationship now.